What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's show of the Chasing Daylight podcast. Have some fantastic news. Everybody's going to be able to hear Dan this week.
Yeah.
He's down here right now. So
not in a power closet.
Yeah, not in the bowels of the Thomas and Mack. Dan is going full steam ahead to make himself a viable contributor to the show. So Dan, let's let everybody hear you. How you doing?
Doing good, fellas. Trying to meet up to the 21st century. Got me a new laptop. Got me some Wi-Fi in the house.
Just got internet.
We're getting there, fellas. Making strides.
So you didn't have internet at your house before?
Just did everything off the phone.
He's gonna be like, I've got a much bigger screen, so if we could wrap this up, there's some shit I gotta do.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I'm gonna be a little busy tonight.
Make sure you use a proxy server.
So how's everybody doing on this hot ass Monday in August?
It was warm today, yeah. Doing
Dude,
good.
I've been driving around town for the last couple weeks and it hasn't been crazy. Today, car could not get cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was hot. And drove by Revere. I know overseating doesn't close for them for a couple weeks, but that golf course is closed.
It's pretty brutal. Saw Julian's video and it's just ugh.
Yeah, I took Trey to the airport this morning because he's flying back home to Jacksonville. I don't know if Trey's tuning in because he's had a pretty long day, I'm sure. But yeah, Darden educated us. It's not dormant, it's dead, but that's dirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's not grass. It's not dormant grass.
Or you could dead grass, dormant grass, and
it
dirt.
reminds me of the greens at Las Vegas Golf Center.
Yeah.
Just dry, crusty. And
yeah. But that's what they do out there.
Yeah, and I said to this Trey, and he agreed 100%. Last year when they did this, Lexington came back better than ever. So it's sad, and it's hilarious because the Nextdoor app and all the community apps every year. What's going on with the golf course? Is it closing? What's going on? It's like, no, it's this time of the year where golf courses close.
They just burn it out and it'll come back to life, you know?
Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of golf courses closing, let me see if I could bring this up. We got some new stuff that we're working on here that, we're trying to enhance the presentation for the viewers that are tuning in on YouTube. Thanks everybody who's out there who's doing that. Really appreciate it. But check this out. And if anybody cares to see the schedule of the overseating, here you go.
Spreadsheet. Did you make that spreadsheet?
No. I didn't. Okay. SNGA put that out. I thought it was hilarious because on Facebook everybody was commenting with the Aaron because they spelled error. It's Rati. But yeah, so that, if you're watching on YouTube, you can pause this and check it out, and it gives you a good idea. A couple people were commenting saying a few of the dates are off, but this will get you a general idea of what's taking place. Surprise, Wolf only aerating, Snow and Sun. They're all. Don't they typically close for 2-3 weeks and rotate?
Yeah, but I don't think they overseed, do they? Don't they just punch? They punch the whole course.
Yeah, so that's what's taking place there. Couple of places that let's see, Boulder City and Boulder Creek, they're only doing aeration. The Concord course is only closing for a day or 2 days, the 18th and 19th. And Sienna's only aerating. Sunrise Vista will not close. Wild Horse will not close. So yeah, there you go. If anybody wants to check that out, like I said, just watch the YouTube when we post that, and you can pause it. So, but it is that time of the year.
It is, yeah.
And we played out at Highland Falls on Sunday with a double par group, and I was expecting it to be not quite as bad as what Lexington looks like right now, but I was expecting it to be dry, and it wasn't.
No, it was not.
I was telling Dan before you guys hopped on how brutal the rough was.
Yeah, there were some spots out there that were tough.
It's like I don't want to mow it this week.
Yeah, it was like the ones that Joe was in that I saw in that par 3. It's like lumpy, like it's like rolling lumps of deep rough. It's not like consistent rough. It's just if you get it into one of those patches, you're screwed. If not, you'll be fine. But it's like totally random.
Yeah, it was like sprouts, like sprouted in certain places.
Dude, it was just tough to get the club to go through and make contact. And I started actually chipping with my 54 instead of my 60, because normally around the greens I'll chip with the 60 unless it's like a long chip, then I'll go to the 54. But I started chipping with the 54 with everything just because it was easier to get it through and make contact. But man, I got off to an absolutely brutal start. Like bad. Like I was ready to go. You guys go ahead. I'll figure this out and catch up to you in a few holes, because it was so, embarrassing as hell. So embarrassing.
Definitely hard to watch.
Oh yeah, and
I was hoping for not another club snap. So
yeah, I was wondering which one was
on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was telling Dad, I topped that little. I tried to get crafty and do a little chip snap hook around a tree because I had no options, and then I topped it and it goes into the rocks and I had to drop. I'm like, oh my god! And then the bunker shot and then the bunker shot and then the bunker shot. It was tough.
You spent a bit of time in the bunkers for sure.
Yeah, so here's you can see on the screen here what I ended up shooting. That was a 47 on the front and a 39 on the back. And that birdie on 18 was hilarious because I was off the green and I chipped, and it was in a little depression, and I was like, yeah, it's lift clean in place in the fairway, but it's not. Fuck it, let's just hit this. And I hit it, and it came out like an inch high, and then just rolled and dropped. I was like, yeah, that's golf. That is golf.
When you don't care, it works out for you.
Yeah. So
when your mind's not in it, you're just cruising.
Oh, that was channeling my inner Trey, where it's like, I don't have a putter. What? Let's just hit it, and everything.
Hijack moment.
Yeah,
it was
hijack. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, I the first two holes, I was having a hard time realizing that it was just a game, because I thought for sure I'm being punked. Somebody's.
Here's the thing: is it is just a game, but you're just playing very terribly at that game. At that time,
it was so bad, so bad.
You're a terrible game player at that moment in time.
Yeah. But the thing that I'm proud of myself is I did not
snap a club.
Well, I'm never gonna live that down.
Nope.
But no, I did not snap a club. I stayed focused, stayed in it. Ended up having a decent, back nine, and got a CTP on the third hole, which was funny because I was still in like a mental just devastation at that point. And so won a little cash, played okay, and finished the day.
Hey, and thank you for lunch. I don't know if I said thank you, so thank you for lunch.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank the VGN for that.
Business meeting. We did have a business meeting.
It was a board business meeting. Clearly, it had a lot of things to discuss. So,
yeah, a lot of IJAG moments.
Okay, hey, before we get into the Tour Championship, let's do this with Matty G.
What's up, guys? Mac on Tark back again with another weekend weather report. Looking forward to the weekend. We do have a chance for some showers, mainly going to be Thursday and Friday of this week. And then we'll be dodging a few morning showers Saturday, but again, we're looking dry. No real rain chances in the forecast for the weekend. Just a couple of drops possible, but things look very dry Saturday afternoon, also into Sunday. The only thing is temperatures are going to stay close to average. It'll be in the 90s over the weekend after a hot couple of days coming up. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday all in the triple digits, and then we're finally back in the 90s. So an enjoyable forecast, maybe do a little golfing heading into the upcoming weekend. Have a great rest of the week.
You too, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Matty G. He's got some news. I don't know if it's public, so I won't say it yet. But as soon as I get the all clear, I'll be chatting about that. So,
Ooh,
and then
suspense.
dun, 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 dun. Get a little nightly news, So Dan, you got a trip coming up, and you were supposed to play out at Coyote, but you didn't go.
Oh, this
Yeah. Supposed to play Coyote, and
Yeah, good thing we didn't say, yeah, we'll take you up on that tea time.
yeah, tweaked the back a little bit. Did that earlier in the week. at work.
Rory style.
And yeah, I was actually pulling wire when it happened. And so decided to take the weekend off because, yeah, I got a trip to Kiawah in a few weeks. So just looking big picture. Don't,
All right, so let's hear the
Yeah.
Kiawah breakdown.
I'd have to look at the email again, but I think we're playing Cougar and Osprey the first day. The first full day. We're flying in there and not playing the first day we land. So the second day we're there, we're going to play Cougar, Osprey. And then the next day, which is Friday, we play, I believe, the Ocean Course by itself Friday. That's going to be a sunset round, so that should be pretty fun.
Little Bagger Vance
Yeah,
moment.
we got like a 3 o'clock or 2:30 tea time, something like that. So it should be pretty nice. And then we play the other 2 courses Saturday, and then we're still trying to figure out where we're going to play on Sunday morning as we fly out back to Vegas Sunday night.
Nice.
But yeah,
So where do you fly
we
into?
fly to Charleston.
And what's the drive?
Charleston's like 45 minutes away from Kiawah Island.
Oh, that's nothing.
You gonna be in the South.
It's nice in the South. I love it. Been to Georgia, North
Yeah.
Carolina, now doing South
So
Carolina.
nice.
It's-
People are so friendly.
Yeah, it's a great place for golf.
Is it your first time playing in South Carolina?
Yes, will be my first time in South Carolina.
Cool.
Weather's supposed to be really nice too. I've
Yeah.
already been looking ahead. Can't wait for that.
Man, you got most of the South knocked off.
Got most of the good spots.
Have you been to Florida? You played any in Florida?
Oh, I thought you
No.
had. Okay.
Florida golf is a little
Yeah,
different.
that's what I'm hearing.
Little
I'm
different.
thinking-
Citrus Farms is going to have to be checked off when that's
Oh,
open,
absolutely,
for sure.
absolutely.
We have to get
100%.
to-
Hopefully,
We have to get to.
hopefully not during the
We need a
summer.
Streamsong, of course.
stream song trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We could find another trailer off the highway, Airbnb.
Oh, yeah, I'll find you one.
Yeah, Dan will find you one.
Heck yeah.
Because there's nothing around Streamsong. But actually, you know what? That's one that we might want to stay at the resort because
But it's not too far
pretty-
away from like civilization. It's like 45, 50 minutes. It's not that bad.
no, it's not terrible.
Like my wife's aunt and uncle live 45 minutes away in Haines City. So, and also over there, like right next to them, 10, 15 minutes away is Southern Dunes, which I've heard is pretty sick too.
Southern Dunes.
Southern Dunes. Where's that at?
It's in, it's just, what is that? East? I don't know. It's close to Haines City, Florida. So,
So is it
'cause
like
I was supposed to
towards
play that when I was out there last time, but we ended up going to
Mm.
play the plantation course in
Tampa?
north of Tampa. Yeah. With Ryan and Kev.
Nice.
Southern Dunes. Yeah.
Speaking of Ryan, Kevin, are they going to the Goat Hill thing?
Ryan is. I don't think Kev is. I know the golf bench is coming. I think Mitchell LV, who I met or not LV, Mitchell. I met him when we were out at Sweetens. But yeah, I'm excited to get to the goat again because I haven't been there in 4 years, something like that.
Oh, it hasn't been that long.
And well, I only started playing golf 5 years ago, so
Yeah, didn't you just go like last summer?
we went when Theo was like 6 or 7 months old. So he's 3.5 now almost. So
Hmm.
it was a while ago.
Yeah, they made some changes.
First golf course he's ever been on.
Yeah,
but
because you played San Clemente that trip, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
And Goat Hill was an unexpected get. So I'm excited because they've done some work on some of the greens complexes. They've added some bunkers. I didn't get to play number 10 when I was there, which looked like a really fun hole because they were like resodding the entire fairway. So it played as like an 80-yard shot. Excited to play that. They got the Foresight range out there now. And so, yeah, me and Trey are driving out there. And staying at a house with 4 other dudes, one of them being Ryan and the golf bench. I can't remember the other guys' names, but I'm looking forward to it. I've wanted to go to this event for a long time, and it was held at Sweetens. So obviously San Diego is Oceanside is very easy to get to compared to Tennessee. So
yeah,
I said, screw it, let's just go.
Little closer.
Julian was supposed to go, and I guess he can't make it. So I figured I'd be a good friend and just jump in a car with Trey and go play some golf,
Nice.
When is it, Joe?
Nice.
It is September 23rd and 24th, I
Nice.
believe.
Are you going to play anywhere else? You said you might play.
Yeah, so we're
Coronado,
leaving
right?
that Friday morning. I think it's the 22nd. I would love to get Trey to get out to San Clemente or even Balboa or Coronado, which I haven't played either of those, but San Clemente is super sick. So we'll see. I don't know. It's going to be fun. It's a 36-hole tournament on Saturday, and then Sunday it's just like a free for all, like just enjoy yourself kind of situation. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be a really good time. I wasn't going to do it, but then I was like, I'm probably going to be upset if I had the opportunity and I didn't go. So it's going to be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, it's a golf trip.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I'll be in Boise that weekend.
yeah, you're going to go play Coeur d'Alene and Circling Raven or what?
Well, yeah, Coeur d'Alene's like 8 hours away from there, so no, I would never go to Boise to play Coeur d'Alene. I would go to Spokane to play Coeur d'Alene or Coeur d'Alene to play Coeur d'Alene.
Gamble Sands, a little Gamble Sands action. Hey.
Oh, that's even
You
further.
could play
Good
Wine
Lord.
Valley. I think that's in Oregon, though.
No,
Or
actually,
Washington.
my mom's 75th birthday, so I'm going up to spend some time with her for that.
Nice.
And but I may, hey mom, I'm gonna borrow the car for a couple hours and head north up to Cascade Lake because Tamarack, Dustin Simmons, friend of mine who's the head pro out there. I don't know if you guys are aware of that place. It's a Robert Trent Jones designed golf course that's on Cascade Lake that I got to play 3 or 4 times when we used to go up there a lot. And unbelievable golf course. It's at 6,500 or 7,000 feet, so the ball just flies forever. You got this amazing backdrop of the lake. There's bald eagles and osprey everywhere, and deer, and I mean it's just an incredible place to play golf. But they got hit really hard with the recession because Tamarack was supposed to turn into like the next Vail and the next Whistler. It was supposed to be just this epic ski resort and mountain biking and hiking in the summertime, and like all the structures are there. It looks like they're getting ready to build an Olympic village, and then it's just gutted. There's nothing. It's all empty buildings. And then the golf course lost a lot of its funding, and it actually shut down for, gosh, I think it's maybe been 5 years now. But it's back. They redesigned some of the holes. The putting green is open. They're having putting events socially there on the weekend. And so I may head up there and check it out and see. So I don't know. It's like an hour and a half drive north of Boise. So, but definitely worth checking out. And I haven't seen Dustin in a long time, so that would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, so you guys ready to get into the Tour Championship?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So the first thing that I want to say, I was shocked to find out that they are redoing East Lake.
Yeah, yeah.
We, in our little group chat, talked about this, and they talked about it like late in the broadcast. It's like as Hovland's hitting his approach shot on 18, they're like, and this will be different next year. And it's like, what?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Why are you waiting until Sunday with 30 minutes left in the broadcast to talk about this? So, we're finding everything. And I mean, they are redoing the golf course.
Yeah, I only read like half of that article.
Yeah, it's incredible. They're changing tee boxes where they have room to add length. They're going to. They're not sure if it's going to keep the same configuration, but they're changing bunkers. It's going to look a lot like Oak Hill with the rolling grass coming over the top of the bunkers. They have aerial footage from what is it? The 40s?
Yeah, something like that. The 40s or the 20s.
Is that what that said? It was a while ago, and they're going to try and bring it back to the era when Bobby Jones was, hanging out there and playing golf. So a lot of the Donald Ross stuff, they're gonna, because when they had the Ryder Cup there, it went through some changes, and so they're going to go back to a lot of the Donald Ross style that it was designed. They said it's going to be a much harder golf course, which yay. I want to see these guys. I don't want to see them struggle, but I want to see the best players, the best 30 players of the PGA Tour have a challenge.
Yeah, totally.
It wouldn't be great for them to come play TBC Summerlin.
Yeah, I mean, a quick shout out Birdies and Bourbon podcast. I mean, Cal was out there. I saw him posting pictures with fucking Colin and everybody, but I feel like we've seen the same course for quite a few years now, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see it change a bit if they're going back to the original style. It has an Augusta-esque vibe to it with some of those dramatic drop tee shots and uphills, and obviously it's fairly close. So, and Bobby Jones being a part of it, but it's going to be interesting to see, like, because we've seen it for so long and see how dramatic this change is. I don't know. I mean, they're adding length to tee boxes, and are they like redoing bunkers or?
Yep, redoing bunkers, moving bunkers, getting rid of bunkers, deepening bunkers,
expanding greens.
I mean, it's wow. I mean, they shut down today, and the next people that play on the golf course will be the practice rounds for the Tour Championship next year. It's
so are they going back to like a natural like vibe, like the style of a lot of golf courses recently with like the like wispy like fescue in the bunkers faces?
It's gonna have a definite different look to it. It's not gonna be, I don't know, I think it's gonna be better.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna fuck it up. I would doubt.
No,
that
they
they're
can't.
No. But I'm curious if they're going to, like, with the style of golf courses that are being made today, like such as like restorations like Southern Pines and Broom's Edge and like Landman and the more natural style of a golf course. I'm curious if they're going to bring it back to those olden days. Like Pebble number 7 would be sick if it was redone how it looked back in the day.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm curious to see if
rustic it was.
Exactly. Like, are they going to go for that vibe, or are they going for the?
I can see a lot of trees getting taken out.
So it's going to be. I'm curious to see what it's going to be, because there is a renaissance in golf course architecture, and I'm curious to see what course on tour or what prominent course is going to go back to the origins of golf course design, which is the route that a lot of golf courses are going currently.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I think, like you said, it's been the same course for a couple of years. I mean, they did flip the 9s, so it's not ending on the 18th hole as a par 3, and I think this routing is really good. Having that 15th, that par 3, I don't think I liked it only playing as short as it
Yeah.
did yesterday.
Right. That was my question. Did it play 148 last year?
I
On
don't
Sunday?
remember. I don't remember.
I don't
I don't think it
so.
did. I think it was
yeah.
like 210.
I mean,
Right.
that's
They moved the
that's
tee box
Yeah,
yeah.
last
that's
They
what I
moved,
was
yeah, it was
thinking.
a 60-yard difference.
because on Saturday it was 200, 210 or whatever, but on Sunday it was 148. I think I
Yeah,
recall,
And
but
148 with a front pin.
yeah, which a front pin on a Sunday at 210 to 11 is different than a front pin at 148.
Yeah.
But I don't think they did that last year. That I saw it because that was the last hole I saw on TV before we went to go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, how was
And,
that, by the way?
It was pretty good. Not bad. Not a big fan of the animation, but it kind of grew on me. A lot of hip hop, cool. De La Soul soundtrack was great. But yeah, I thought that was weird that they made it a 150 shot for like tour players on a Sunday.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
you're coming
remember
down the
that happening
wire.
last year.
I mean, I thought when Xander missed the putt on 14 to get within, what was it, 2 or 3? And then Victor drained that long
That
par putt.
bomb, yeah,
I mean,
that was
it was
massive.
over. It was over.
Yeah.
Xander really needed to make. I think if he makes that putt, it could have had potential to come down to the last hole.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big one.
So do you guys like the 18th, how it is that you can hit a 3-wood 350 yards
I
down to
didn't
the
mind
bottom
it
of that
too much
hill?
because I mean, so many people are ending up in that bunker, and a lot of them look like downhill lies, and it was
Mhm.
so cool to see how good all of them hit that shot. They were downhill in the greenside bunker, and most of them were getting
Yeah, that
close.
was on Saturday though. Sunday, nobody was there because they had the pin on the left side.
on left. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I want to see a little bit more. I mean, nobody wants to see everybody, laying up and on the last hole of a tournament. But
It's one of those things where it's like, do you prefer them get 8 alive, or do you want to see them have a chance to come back from 2 behind? It's
I don't want to see them get 8 alive, but I want to see them pull off shots. I want to see guys down the stretch having a chance to win, pull off a shot that, is epic.
I mean, what more do you want out of that shot? Some of those shots are downhill lies, good amount of bunkers. You got to carry water.
I just think a 3-wood off the tee into a par 5.
It does. Yeah, it does. I mean, yeah, it does. It does run away quite a bit. So I do. Yeah, I get that. So extend the fairway to where you have to hit driver to catch the speed.
Well, back it up a little bit, and I mean,
that's what they're doing, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they'll do it there, but it's an option. Just put a rough patch of grass to where if you start the downslope, it's stopping in the downslope in some
just put a bunker
grass
in the middle of the fairway.
Put a coffin bunker.
Yeah.
Remember Rory ran it through the fairway last year and got stuck in that rough.
Yeah.
And, chunked one into the lake.
Yep.
I mean, I can't remember what he did.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Another thing is you can run out there.
That's the thing. Like if you run it too far, you're not.
That's why they were hitting 3-wood this year.
Well, yeah.
And I think some
bring
guys
the rough back.
Yeah.
So it runs out into the rough.
Dan, you're a big hitter. So if you hit 3-wood and it rolls out to 350, are you more eager to hit that shot than I have to finesse a driver to get over the trouble and short of the trouble? Or are you just, I'm getting up there and hitting my 3-wood as far as I can hit it, knowing I'm not getting it in the water?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the case for those guys, just rip 3-wood because they know if they rip driver, there is a small chance that they could either hit it through or put it in the water. But yeah, I mean, it's not there. They didn't design the course, so they're just taking advantage of the last hole being straight downhill after that ridge. So it just bombs away.
Does it give them a sense of ease on the mental side of the game, not having to think about that shot? I mean, you still have to execute and you still have to hit the shot, but there's not as much debate about what you're doing when you come up to that hole. Even if you're down one, you're still not pulling driver.
Yeah, it's true. But also too, I think it's just those guys, when they get to par fives, they're drooly. That's like a 5 is like a bogey to them. I honestly feel that those guys think that if they don't make a birdie, they're losing strokes to the field. So I honestly feel like it really doesn't matter what kind of par 5 it is, whether it's dog legs, if it's water short, if your driver 3-wood off the tee box. 4's got to be the number. If it's 3, better. But those guys are so good and they're not afraid anymore. It's just a bomber's game now. I mean, look at all the top dogs. They all can bomb it, and it's just bomb it and go. I just think that's just how they approach par 5s. It's easy. There's 4 birdies automatically if there's four par 5s on the course that day.
Yeah, so from that back tee, it's 370 to the end of the fairway.
Right.
Yeah, but you only have to hit it like 330, 320 to get the
37.
Here's also the thing is like every player in the field is playing that hole the same.
No. Brian Harmon is not playing that the same as Rory McIlroy. I'm sorry.
He's playing the same
Brian's
hole.
hitting a driver, but Rory's hitting a 3-wood.
He's playing the same hole, but he's not playing it the same way.
Okay, so everybody's playing the exact same hole. It doesn't change player to player. Like, if you're playing against Trey, you're playing the same hole.
You're just hitting different clubs.
Or Dan, you're hitting
strategy.
different clubs. Yeah, different strategy.
Yeah, but
I like that. I don't want the strategy to be the same for everyone. I want the people that are smashing the ball to have to lay back a little bit, and the guys that can still hit a driver.
Yeah.
All right, I can respect that.
I mean, here's the thing. It's like at the end of the day, like even if they're playing number 12 at Augusta, they're all playing the same hole. Like, do we change Augusta number 12 because 80 people birdied it out of the field?
Yeah, they would change it if 80 people birdied it.
They probably would, but at the end of the day, they're all still playing the same hole.
Yeah. I don't know. I think when you have a tournament that it's coming down the stretch and you've got these guys that, hey, I'm just going to hit 3-wood up there and then I know I can get on the green in 2. It just, I don't know. I would like to see something cause the players to think a little bit more and not so much as I can just bomb this down there with a club that's easier to bomb down there than a driver.
I get it, but they're all playing the same hole. There is enough, like, I think there's enough trouble from their approach shot to where there's a lot of bunkers. You have to carry water. Some of them are going to have a downhill lie. I think if anything, they should move the end of the fairway up a bit, just a little bit, like 10, 15 yards, make the rough come in sooner. And then that's it.
Yeah, see, and that would make them think a little bit more.
I think they should shave it down to the water.
That too,
let it run out.
That would be great too.
Yeah,
that would be great. But they would probably have to drastically change that slope on that fairway.
So you know what? One thing I liked last week at Olympia Fields, the 2 toughest holes on the golf course were 17 and 18. And that is a nice way to end a tournament. When you got the 2 toughest holes that have played all week as your last 2 holes, that made that shot that Hovland hit into 18 even that much more incredible because, this is what the hardest holes on the golf course all week, and he just fucking lit it up. Made it a little bit more wow, in my opinion.
I think this is the thing. It's like, do you want to see it scoreable at the end or more difficult at the end? Because 18 is a very scoreable hole.
I want to see the guys have to hit shots when they have to hit a shot.
So you want to make it more difficult.
Not necessarily more difficult, just under pressure in a situation, have a setting to where a skilled shot is required in order for you to, bring it home or challenge the leader.
Well, they have to hit a cut into 18, right? I mean, for the most part, because that fairway is left to right.
It all depends where the flag is, and
Yeah.
So like 18 at Pebble, you have to hit a draw. So you want the shot to be a forced shape.
no, I want it to be a challenge. It doesn't matter if it's a forced shape.
So you want to see it harder.
So
you want to see it harder.
I want it to be a challenge.
Yeah. So harder.
It doesn't necessarily have to be hard. It just has to be.
But a challenge is harder. If there's a challenge in front of you, it's difficult.
No, some guys would like Tiger. He's not going to shy away from it. It's a challenge. Okay, let's go. But it's his way of just taking those moments and pulling off those incredible shots when he had to, or was just blowing away the field by hitting shots because those were needed at that time. I just don't think a 3-wood off the tee on a par 5 to a green that you can 2-putt and birdie, and it's just seems a little.
So you want to see 3-woods get stuck at the top of the hill, basically.
Yeah, I want to see a 3-wood that doesn't make it running down to the bottom, and I want to see a driver that carries it and has the potential to get into the water if it's not hit right.
I get it. So you want, yeah, I get it. It's the age-old question. Do you want a finisher where it's scoreable, or do you want a finisher where it's more difficult?
No,
That's what it comes down to.
I want the skills of the player to shine in the situation.
They're all skilled. They
Yeah,
can hit
but
any shot that they want to at any time. Now,
when
they might not do it all the time.
That's true.
I think the way the hole is set up is perfect for displaying their skills.
Exactly.
I think they could not change that hole, and it's perfect.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not I think it could be better.
I think it comes. I literally think it comes down to: are you a viewer or a fan of finishing holes where someone can come from behind, or where someone can just destruct?
Like the 18 to the Arnold Palmer. They changed that, brought in the rough a little bit more out from the water, to where if you hit your driver too far, you're in that rough. And so a lot of guys were going back to 3-wood, and then they have this really long approach shot into an incredibly tough green. And it made those guys think, and that's what I want. And so the guys that hit the right shot and are in the right spot have the opportunity to hit the killer approach shot and make a name for themselves. And I don't see that happening at East Lake in its current configuration.
Yeah, but still, you can still stuff it to a foot at East Lake on 18. And most people don't. When's the last time you've seen something stuffed at East Lake 18 to a foot?
I don't know.
Right.
No idea.
Dan, what do you think?
Well, are we just talking about 18?
Or, yeah, 18 or finishing holes.
I mean, it's. I don't know. I mean, it all depends on the venue. I mean, unfortunately, the way that course built its 18th hole, that the fairway's on the downslope, and no matter what you hit, driver 3-wood is going to roll way down there. You look at another hole like we'll say like 18 at Riviera, an uphill, slightly dogleg, really narrow. That's just what was given in that part of land. So I think a lot of it comes up to course design, and maybe that's why they're making the changes. Maybe they're tired of seeing, these guys shoot 20 under every time. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just, you kind of give what the land takes, or take what the land gives. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
What are you looking up, Jeremy?
I'm looking at the stats on Sunday on hole 18 at East Lake.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah. Let's hear
Nice.
it.
Here we go.
Well, let me see if I can find.
I
PGA
will
Tour's
say
got
this though,
broken
Joe,
down,
to
like-
your statement a few minutes ago about some of these course designs and course renovations going back to the old school, having the old natural look and stuff. I'm a big fan of that. I think after
too.
the Southern Pines, after we played that, that course was amazing. And then just the way Bandon looks, the way they redesigned the Lido, like they're designing these new, really great courses to have an either old or natural look. And it's being proven that it's a success because, I mean, all these new courses that are coming out are already hitting the top 100 lists, and they're, only a few years old, less than 10 years old. So
Yeah.
I think this new wave, this design of going old and natural, I love it, and I hope it continues.
I think
Yeah.
when they redid Pinehurst number 2 and brought it back to its original configuration, everybody went, "That's pretty badass."
Yeah, and I agree. If I doubt they would do it because it's such a huge resort now, but if they could restore Pebble to look like Pebble did 100 years ago, oh man, holy crap,
dude, it was nasty.
Holy crap.
It was nasty looking.
I doubt.
Well, I mean, even
because-
Oakmont got rid of a ton of trees
Yeah.
to bring it back to it's old, and Oak Hill just did it, and man, it's cool.
I just think the look of those like wispy bunker faces and like the natural like vegetation, it just looks so sick, and it feels natural.
Dude, the
a lot of
church
these
pew
courses
bunkers on
feel
18
fabricated.
at the Waste Management at TBC Scottsdale. That's just those guys get in there, and I mean they hit it out no problem, but I mean it just looks really sick.
Yeah, like 18 at Chambers Bay bunker, that middle bunker is fucking
I wish I would have got a
ridiculous.
better
Did they name that bunker?
It's probably called the fucking Circle of Hell. I don't know, but it's ridiculous.
Can't
I mean,
hear the
it's-
train from here.
Yeah, you are in the depths of the earth. You're at the core.
Nice.
You're burning alive by magma.
And let's give some love to some of the guys on YouTube right now. Beds is here, Steven Jackson's here, Fernando's here. Yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
So
All
really
right,
quick
so-
on 18 East
Oh, yeah,
Lake,
go ahead.
really quick, just to end that little conversation.
Yeah.
So of the 2 par 5s at East Lake, it played the easiest out of the 2. 20 birdies on Sunday, 6 pars, 2 bogeys, and 2 eagles. Hole number 6, 16 birdies. I mean, they're really close, but
Yeah.
it is also 50 yards longer than hole 6. But
Yeah.
I mean, the drives were much longer on 18, of course, because
Yeah.
there's so much rollout. But yeah, I mean, it's generally the easier hole across all 4 rounds every year. Easier par 5 at least.
Yeah. I just think it's exciting to see, like, if someone's 2 back on a Sunday to have that shot, or like it's vice versa, right? So if there's someone you're rooting for that's 2 back, you're excited to see them come up to 18. If there's someone that's ahead by 2 coming up to 18 and it's more difficult, you're excited that the player you want to win only has to see the field come behind 18 if it's more difficult. I think it's like a viewer experience, like, and it depends on how you see it. Because, like Jeremy said, most people are birdieing it. So it's, if you don't birdie it, then you're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, beginning.
But if you eagle it, you have a chance. And I think it goes both ways, because it's, if it's harder or more difficult, then anybody you're rooting for can double bogey it. And if they're ahead by 2, or I think it goes both ways. They're all playing the same hole at the end of the day. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah, that hole has the highest differential to par than any other hole on that course. It's minus 730, 0.730 under par. So it's almost a full stroke under par average.
Is that
No,
a good closing hole in your opinion?
I think it is because I think it a hole like that makes it harder to make up ground. But it's still it's a difficult hole. Strategy wise, you've got to lay it back a little bit, or otherwise you're probably going to be one of those bogeys.
See, and so
But-
this is how my mind sees it. If those 20 birdies were pars and you had 26 pars, 2 eagles, 2 bogeys, then in order for you to make up ground, you have to hit an incredible shot. And that's what I think that last hole needs to be. It needs to challenge the guys that need to step up, to challenge the leaders and hit something, that's nobody's going to remember the putt that Hovland made, because it was a simple hole for him. It wasn't incredible.
here's the
It was
thing,
just-
though. At the end of the day,
At the
most
end
of
the
these
day,
holes
I'm
out
gonna
there.
beep you every time you say that from now on.
I said that one time.
You sound like
right?
a politician. The truth of
think
the
I said
matter
that.
is, the truth of the matter
the,
is,
the truth of the matter is,
The truth
is
of the
all
matter,
of these players
the
are
end of the
highly
day-
skilled. These guys are highly skilled. All of them can hit any shot in the world. Now, do they execute it? Some of those guys on 18 could just fucking pull hook it or fade it off into the side. I mean, most of these
Of
guys
course.
can hit a fairway.
Some of them did. Rom
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
He was way
Exactly.
left.
Yeah, and he's what, number 3 in the world, 4 in the world,
2.
2. I thought it was Scheffler Holly, but anyway.
Well, it might be now. I haven't looked at the OWGR after yesterday.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is, and at the end of the day, they're all playing the same hole.
Joe, PGA commissioner.
And at the end,
Sole
of
golfer.
the day, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if they're playing the same golf hole.
That sounds like a live statement.
No.
At the end of the day, if we all finish, some guys don't. Who cares?
Well, that would be a bust.
All right, so congrats to Hovland, $18 million winner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
He's
Lord,
won a
that's
lot of money the last 2 weeks.
25 years old.
Yeah, he won $33 million this year, 24 of which he won in a 7-day span.
I was thinking
Which
about
is-
taking a flight to Stillwater, Oklahoma, and just like hanging out at the fucking Piggly Wiggly and trying to see if I can catch him to be like, "You need your house cleaned or something."
So I haven't
Your
looked at the
house.
schedule. What's the next golf? Is the Ryder Cup the next golf event, or do we have anything in between?
Oh,
I
we
don't-
got
I don't know.
the
When does
40
the
net.
fall season start?
The 40 net starts September 14th through 17th.
Before Ryder.
Yeah, 2 weeks before Ryder.
Well, most of the guys in the Ryder Cup aren't going to be playing in that, so
Well, Homa's
Yeah.
going to play that, I'm sure.
yeah, for sure.
maybe
yeah.
a warm up.
up in Napa.
I don't know. If
Yeah.
I was those guys, I would get my ass to Europe immediately.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's going to be October. Shriners. We got
Yes,
Sanderson
I know.
Farms, first
I
week of
reached out to
October.
Patrick Lindsay today and see if we can get him back on the show, talk about some of the changes, see how excited they are about the FedEx Fall. What's it called? What's the viewing area? The Hill.
The Hill.
They have
Mhm.
something new now called Club 360. It looks like they added a second deck
Ooh.
to the hill. So way up top, you'll be able to see the approaches into
18, 17,
17 tee shot and the approach into 18, which would be amazing to see. So curious about that. So hopefully we'll have him on here shortly talking about that. Oh, and real quick before I get into our picks contest, if you guys did not or have not listened to the Brad Thompson interview, I highly suggest just go back one episode. An awesome dude, born and raised local. So, we had the high school, what high school you went to conversation. And he is working out of Elevate, which my dumbass thought they only had a facility on the west side of town, but there's one right here in Henderson,
right next to your house.
Yeah, I'm like, I sent him a message. I go, I'm such a dumbass. I said, you're 5-10 minutes away from me.
That's where I met him when I dropped his shirt off. It was right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So tomorrow I have my first session with him. So interesting to see what happens with that. I may not be moving tomorrow night. I may have to call the wife and say, come get me. No, I don't know what we're going to do. But yeah, going to have my first session with him and see how things go and see if we can put together a plan for me. I'm half a pound away from being under 200 pounds. So I'm so excited about that. I'll be down.
Let's go get some schlotchkis and celebrate.
God damn, that sounds good. Schlotchkis with no bun.
There you go.
Do that all day long. Hey, how about that steak salad yesterday, Jeremy? Was that thing not?
Yeah, that's
Highland
the first
Falls.
salad I've had that had ribeye on it. Grass fed, maybe.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. All right, so here, let me see if I can bring this up so you guys can see it.
Talking about Highland Falls, just FYI.
Yeah,
that was just thrown in randomly.
Sorry. Steak sandwich was amazing. All right, so here is our spreadsheet. Look how detailed I am. Man, goodness gracious. So
this guy's got a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah, so let's see, right here is, so this was just FedEx Cup points. This was what Jeremy did on the season. He clearly won the FedEx Cup points. That's how we did this year. And so congrats to you for that. But I went a little bit further. I went back and added in all the winnings for each player because I think next year, and we'll discuss this, and now we got a fourth player to make it even more interesting. This was the earnings on the regular season right here. So Jeremy won that also. I came in second. Joe finished third. But then the final with that $18 million haul that Hovland had.
Yep, which I called.
Yeah, and little Joe Stradamus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So Joe
Only one man.
Joe won the money, beat me by $17 million.
Yes, sir.
Ironic. And Jeremy finished second. Joe finished first. So Jeremy, FedEx Cup points winner. Jeremy, regular season money winner. Joe, playoff total money winner. And then over here, I've got, because they did not add in the money in the one and done, I went through and just to see what it would have been. So this was Cal before. This is what he got. The player got for where Brian Harmon finished. So he was there. Let's see. So that's what it broke down to right here. So Cal beat me by $1.3 million.
Which is not terrible.
Not terrible considering
fairly close.
We were down a lot. So if you took the Cal and Dan, those two guys, that's not showing me. At 21 million and we were at 20 million. So I mean, it was close.
For those that are still listening, we've been doing a one and done. If you've been listening to the show, we've been doing a one and done against Birdie's Bourbon podcast. Every week we pick a player. You can only use them one time, and I think for the next season, we're going to try and get our listeners involved. So
yeah, I want to get a bunch of people involved in this.
Yeah, let's all get involved. If you're listening and you want to sign up, hit up DM Chasing Daylight Podcast or me or Jeremy or Dan or whoever, because we want to grow it into something else, and we're gonna have to all get on a podcast at some point soon. Maybe this week, hopefully.
Chat with them.
Yeah, and just chat it up. And we also have to buy a fucking bottle of bourbon for them. So
yeah, which I'm kind of glad I didn't win because I'm not drinking right now. So
yeah, you could hang it on your shelf and just like
that's true. Save it for a special day.
Now you got to spend $30.
Hey, it was money well spent. That was fun.
It was fun, and I'm surprised that like we all got our picks in most of the weeks. I think Jeremy missed 1 week.
I missed
Dan
one
only
week.
missed 1 week. You missed 1 week. I didn't miss any weeks, so shout out me. Cal did not miss any weeks, so I think it turned out good because most of the time in these situations, people don't make their pick every week.
Yeah,
You know,
it's really easy to forget about it.
And we all did very well. So
yep. So I think we'll just do the money next year because it's easiest to do it that way. Because also, if live guys are playing in it, you can still determine how much money they won. PGA Tour is weird. Sometimes they show the money the guys win. Sometimes they don't. So
yeah.
So we got a couple weeks off. Dan's going to the Carolinas. Joe, you got anything planned this weekend? We got Labor Day.
Yeah, this weekend I am watching the kids because my wife is going to Canada, so I'm going to be stuck at home watching reruns of something. I don't know.
Cyrus taking her on a little trip?
No, she's just going up to Calgary real quick to hang out with her friend, and because they're her friends. I don't want to get into it. This is not fascinating or anything, but
is she playing golf?
Just tell her to head west a little bit, go up and go to Silvertip and Banff and get some.
So her friend, her friend is like from Banff, so that's who she's going up there with. So one of these days, huh?
Yeah,
I heard there's been a ton of
like
fires
we got a place
in
to
Canada.
stay now.
Well, she lives here now, but
oh damn.
Yeah.
Well,
but there's Airbnbs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't have any golf plan. My mom's going to pick up Theo on Saturday, and then I have the option of dropping Quinn off at my mother-in-law's, but I can't do it that early. So if anybody wants to play like late morning, early afternoon, I could probably do that. So let me know.
All right. There's not a lot of choices right now, so overseed season is
I know we gotta get it in because it's going to be a little Tetris game coming up.
Yeah, and then we got the major out at Coyote Springs.
Yeah,
Dan, bummed you're not going to be there, but you know what? Walking the grounds of Kiawah is kind of a good reason not to be.
Yeah, I'm bummed I'm not going to be there either. But I'll be there. I'll be back.
Not that bummed.
Yeah, you're not going to be that bummed.
Yeah.
I seriously doubt you're not going to be walking around going, fuck, I could be a Coyote right now.
Walking the hallowed grounds of the oldest major winner in the world.
I mean, yeah, that part, but I'm also not going to be, winning the potential amount of money I could over at Kiawah as compared to Coyote Springs. So
that's
just
true.
Put some turmeric and MCT oil in your coffee. You'll be good.
The pots for Coyote, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. I'm so looking forward to that one. It's going to be a good time. So, let's see, anything else going on? Oh, here, I'll tease this because our friend Adam talks shit about one of my favorite segments we've ever done on the show. This is coming back next week. The return of Look at This Instagram. So, we've got some new tech to where we can share our screens and hit everybody up with the Instagram accounts that we like and share. And we're going to bring it back just to spite Adam so he can hear our Nickelback parody song. But yeah, I loved that segment. It was fun. It was great. I loved finding new accounts for people to check out. And, Instagram has changed. It's a crazy world of social media out there, but thanks for everybody that has subscribed to the YouTube channel. You can see what we're going to be doing with this is what we did last week. So this live episode, this is when you'll be able to see this. I won't post this again until after the edited version goes up. So if you want to watch the outtakes and any of our screw ups or whatever that don't make the highly professionally edited version. This will be there. I have a couple different
Highly
playlists.
professional?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to tout myself, my skills. People will be like, "Whoa,
You're
you sent that
getting
off to
there.
an amazing editor."
I'm proud of
That's me. But no, I'm figuring out a little bit better way to do this. You can see in last week's episode and with the interview with Brad, it flows a little bit better, a little bit more enjoyable to watch. If you're into watching those, got some new stuff coming to the shorts. I'm going to chat with these guys about it later, but think about doing some segments where, we run through some things about Vegas golf that maybe not everybody knows. And we can even, tackle some of the stuff up north in St. George and maybe answer some questions to some people that have questions. So going to be run over some things like the best outdoor practice areas, the best indoor practice areas, the best golf shops, best food after a round, just things that, maybe you might be interested in that. Oh shit, I haven't checked that place out. They have an amazing steak salad. Maybe I'll check it out. Stuff like that for the people. So if you have any questions that you're dying to know about us, about Vegas golf, Dan's bogey-free 62 round, leave a comment here on YouTube.
Babe, whatever.
What's that?
The Babe.
What? The Babe?
Did that happen at the Babe?
Oh no, that happened at Bear's Best.
Yeah. Well, if you want to know about the Babe, you can ask Dan that as well.
Babe and the Ike.
Yep.
Dan's got a plethora of stories. So.
And before you're signing us off, right? I feel like you're leading up to this, the cliff. So Zach's supposed to make his announcements tomorrow.
Oh, is the Ryder Cup?
Did you not see
Well, doesn't he pick 4 and then 2? Is it 4 and 2, or is he doing all 6 tomorrow?
There was a story that an insider heard that he's picking JT and Ricky. Did you not see that?
No, I'm not. I'm
Spieth
not on the Ricky
and Brooks and Spieth. Yeah, Spieth, Brooks, JT, and Ricky.
I think not having Keegan there is a mistake, but he still has 2 more.
That's
after
10.
that.
There's 2 more.
Yeah,
got
there's
2
2
more. Colin and Keegan.
Yeah, that was just the insider story that I saw on Instagram today. So,
will Scheffler get his putting fixed by Paris? Or
no, he's gonna
absolute
putt like
trash.
Does it
that's
matter?
On repeat. Yeah, he's.
He needs to call me.
You have to figure that out. Yeah,
he needs
to call you.
Call Jeremy. Yeah. No.
He doesn't need to call me. That's for damn sure. I would not. I'm not. I'd be telling him just get 10 putters and play a different one each round.
Yeah.
Until
Scotty,
you find one that you like.
If anybody knows Scotty Scheffler, just hit us up. We can connect you with Jeremy because he's a damn good putter.
Yeah,
and he'll fix your woes. You're good.
I'm a pretty good putter. I'm a damn good putter.
I haven't heard that for so long. I think Scotty just needs to get a little bit of soul golf in his life. I really think that's the key.
I think if Scotty takes a trip to Bandon, he'll probably be all right.
Yeah, or has one planned, because I feel like ever since I've committed,
fix your putting.
No, but I'm
soul
saying
golf.
You go.
No, that's not where you go to fix your putting, but that's where you go to find yourself.
Fix your mind.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I might become Buddhist, and you're gonna see
Vegan.
a totally different Jeremy.
Jeremy's gonna call his wife. Is like, honey, I ain't never coming home.
I bought a house.
I bought a
house. We are now remote from Bandon.
Hey, you know what? I mentioned that kind of an idea that Joe had brought up about something up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She was like, let's do it.
Dude, Katie's down too. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Do we get a discount for being Bandon residents?
Yes, we do.
Yes, you do.
It's like 40% off or something.
Chasing Bandon daylight.
Chasing Ban Diego, new podcast coming soon.
Ban Diego.
All right, so yeah, we got next week should be interesting because there ain't shit going on. Jeremy, you got any golf lined up?
I don't have anything planned. I was just thinking about that. I don't know who I'm
Yeah.
going to play with, but I need to.
It's a 3-day weekend, and I I may just take a week off and just search for my soul. That's not happening.
That's an option.
But
You just search for the middle of the face.
yeah, well, God, did you see that? How bad I towed that shot?
The one that SNGA reposted?
Yeah. God. That hit a 16th of a groove.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, here, I'll show it to you, Joe. I got it right here. It's hilarious.
Hey, maybe next week we just try and get Cal and Dan on. That could be good.
That might, yeah, that might work. Here, let me show you this. It's hilarious.
Riveting.
Ready? Watch how much of the toe this hits. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is.
wow. I mean, do you know how hard that is to do, to hit a ball that far with no grooves?
I'm familiar with that part of the face.
But
Just the smooth side of the face.
The swing it's getting there.
What a view, though. I mean,
What a view and
You're
the
probably
sound.
enjoying yourself at that moment, you know?
Well, no, because it was left, and I was like, "Fuck, I've been in that shit all goddamn day long."
See, that's where you're wrong. You just got to enjoy it. It's just a game.
Oh, I had fun. I mean, I hit a great chip shot and just missed the putt, but hey, I won a CTP. I was happy. I hadn't hit a green on a par 3 in like 3 rounds, so it was. No, I hit the one at Rio. I hit 6 at Rio, but I did 3 putt at. So, all right, Joe. I think that's all we got this week. Again, please, I want to thank Brad Thompson for that interview. Go back and check that one out. He's a great guy, and he's doing some really good things. And I'll be updating what took place yesterday or tomorrow on the right here, my so-called golf life. So check that out. Hey, did you see that I'm up to almost 95,000 views on that shank video that my kid getting in my head?
It was good.
That was hilarious.
Good. Yeah, it was good.
All right, Joe, that's it. Bring it home.
All right, we have reached the end of the PGA Tour Season Tour Championship. You got the victor himself, Mr. Victor Hovland. I called it, just so you know. If you don't know that, then go listen to last week's episode. But I did call it. And thanks for tuning in all season. Thanks for tuning in all season. We're not going anywhere. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, we can get Cal and Dan on, talk about one and done, and get you guys involved at some point. But we're on YouTube now. If you didn't know this and you're listening in your car, go subscribe. Matt's posting shorts like almost every day, which is great. And we're here every single week for you. We're not going anywhere. We're going to do this regardless if we're not recording it, because these are the homies and we talk golf all the fucking time. And Dan's going to Kiawah. I can't wait to hear about that. I'm going to San Diego.
Dan, thanks for stepping up and really, showing your dedication to the show, getting some new gear. We can see you, we can hear you. It's nice.
Yeah, trying.
Yeah, and we got a 4th now, so we're playing all season, booking tee times. Thanks for tuning in. Tell your friends, tell your homies, tell your girlfriends, tell your wives, whoever's going to listen to podcasts in their car or watch on YouTube. And we'll see you next week. Later.